Even if it's not something that constantly comes up, the European Space Agency is one of the largest contributors to NASA's Artemis moon exploration program. The old continent is responsible, for instance, for the European Service Module that's a critical part of the Orion spacecraft. It does, however, pursue its own agenda as well, and back in 2022 Europe decided it's time to work on its own, and first, lunar lander. Keeping up with the naming tradition of space missions and hardware, they call it Argonaut, in honor of the ancient Greek sailors that set out to look for the Golden Fleece. It has been imagined as a tool capable of conducting constant trips to the moon, carrying pretty much everything its handlers can think of: infrastructure, scientific instruments, rovers, tech demonstrators, and even supplies for the astronauts that will probably be on location when the lander becomes operational. The Argonaut, standing 6 meters tall and 4.5 meters in diameter, will weigh 10,000 kilograms on planet Earth. It will comprise the Lunar Descent Module, the payload, and the cargo platform. Although it first announced the project 3 years ago, ESA has only now decided who will handle the build of one of Argonaut's elements, the Lunar Descent Module. That would be Italian aerospace company Thales Alenia Space, who will lead a consortium of European companies working on the project. The descent module is the one that will perform the actual flying and landing on the moon, being capable of touching down within 50 to 100 meters of its target. To do that, it will rely on a constellation of communication and navigation satellites called Moonlight, which ESA plans to deploy in the coming years. The lander will also be able to talk to the upcoming Gateway Lunar Space Station. Work on the project will begin soon, as the companies involved will have to get the Argonaut descent element ready by the time its first mission, called Argonaut, gets here in 2031. From that point onward, the lander is expected to be flown regularly to the moon. It will be operated by an industrial consortium that will be selected by the end of next year, and each of the landers that will be sent to the moon will be able to withstand the harsh conditions on Earth's satellite for up to 5 years. Even when not in use for its primary mission, the Argonaut could be used as a survival kit. Sadly, the space agency doesn't go into the specifics of what that means. Most likely, each Argonaut will depart our planet on top of an Ariane 6 rocket, and they will be able to carry up to 2,100 kilograms of cargo, which is roughly the weight of an average car.